Hey there, how you guys doing out there? I'm gonna try something a little different because some people have asked me that I should just make a video of me using my home cockpit setup with flying online. Actually, I'm gonna give that a shot and see how it goes. Hey David, how are you? I'm trying something crazy here. Let's see how it turns out today. I'm just gonna try to do a little stream showing my home cockpit setup and everything. So I got multiple camera angles here and I'm just gonna try to see how it goes. So I'm gonna try to do basically I went to SimVim and I'm gonna try to do a little flight to from Denver to Phoenix. So that's what I threw up here just to see how all this goes. I'm not even sure if it's gonna work out or not, but we'll give it a shot. So what I'm gonna do first is I have to configure some things here that I should have done ahead of time, but I did not. So yep, there's a couple of things on here on the Zibo that I don't remember exactly when it started happening, but there's a couple of switches that end up in the wrong position. And I thought I had already saved myself a situation so that I can just basically close all the ones that I wanted to, but doesn't seem to be the case. So I'm gonna go ahead and start on my little checklist here that I have here, and I'm gonna just go through it and see how it turns out. I'm not really too good at doing these things live, so I'm just gonna probably end up splicing it up and posting up a edited version of it. But anyways, let's go ahead and see. Landing gear is down. Battery switch we can do on and covered, and standby power on and covered. And the reason I'm doing the 737 is because the majority of all of my switches and everything that I have up here are more like designed to work with a 737, although they work with every other airplane as well. But this is going to be where I get to use most of them rather than just a few of them, like if I was to fly a general aviation aircraft. Alright, so DC voltmeter goes to battery. That one stays on ground power. Interior lights, I guess we'll probably start turning some on. Bus transfer switch out on covered. And I don't even know if my procedures are good or not, but I'm just doing them according to this checklist and according to what I know. So master caution switch, this is one of the ones that I have an actual switch, so I can just press it and it'll turn off my master caution switch there. Electric hydraulic pumps are off. Yes, they are. Fuel pumps are all off. Manual gear extension cupboard is closed. I never checked that one. Flaps are retracted. And the gauge agrees. Let's see. Yes, it does. Oh, and by the way, so one of the reasons why, one of the reasons why I decided to do this is I finally got the Bravo throttle quadrant here. So I'm gonna be basically using this one for this flight. I think I have everything pretty much configured already, but I did have to make some markings on it because the numbers for where the flaps should go, they don't exactly line up with the Zibo, and that's the one I use it with the most. So I just went ahead and made those little white marks on there. I think you could probably see them from here. So yeah, alright, so let's connect some ground power here. I got my chocks already. Let's see if the ground power is good. Oops, and it is, so we'll go ahead and turn that on. And the emergency light switch can be armed and covered. Electric hydraulic pumps can come on. Oops. I don't have something assigned to that. The parking brake is set. Cabin utility power is on. Oops. IFE passenger seat power is on. Position lights can come to steady. This is something you guys won't be able to see because I have my switch up on top, but you'll see the switch move there. Trim air switch can come on. Oops. Oh, I hate it when it does that. It's right at the border, so it doesn't allow me to touch it without that thing coming up. Alright, isolation valve is open. Recirculation fans are on auto, and the packs are on auto. Now they are. So now we go to the EFB and enter the fuel and payload. Let's see, I haven't got... You have 5 switches for the landing lights, and before you only had 3. Oh no, this one, it depends which one you select of the Zibo, but because if you select the... I'm not sure why my wipers came on. If you select the one with the halogen lights, you get these two, the retractable ones, plus the 2 normal ones. But if you select the one with the LED lights, it doesn't come with these two, so you only have the other ones. I'm not sure if that's what you're talking about. Alright, where was I? Armed and covered. Oh yeah, the weight and balance. So, and since I'm not a professional streamer, I haven't done the thing where they put the thing on the tablet and everything. I really have never messed with that, so I'm not gonna do that. Alright, so for the fuel, we're gonna apparently take, whoops, 16,374, so we'll round it up to 16,400. So we'll go to our tablet for that, and we'll put 16,400. And the payload is going to be 29, oops, I'm in the wrong place, 28.5. So we'll go ahead and put 28.5 here. And this is the, I think this is the version of the Zibo which is at 344.24, which I believe just got released a couple of days ago. So I'm not sure how it's going to behave. I hope it's good. We have to call the fuel truck now. So let's go ahead and make sure that it's there. Yep. There it is. And I'm flying my old livery Delta, the way I'd like to fly that one all the time. Alright, so now we go back to the checklist. Flight directors are both off. Service interphone is off. We'll do that up here. Yeah, it's off. And we're going to put our flight recorder test. We'll do that now. So it's good. We put our IRS display selectors to heading and STS, and then we'll put our switches here to nav so we can align our IRS. So now we gotta go to the FMC. I'm on page 2 of my checklist here, and we'll put the position, the airport. Oh, it says my nav data is out of date. I thought I had already updated it. Oh well, we'll just have to go without it. Alright, so we'll put our airport in position here. So we are in Denver, and we'll get the GPS position from here and stick it up in there. Now we can do some tests, I guess. We can do annunciator lights. Just make sure all the lights are good. We already checked that. And now the ones on the radio. Alright, so all of them are good. We can go ahead and turn that off. Time to complete the route and performance pages here. So for this, I'll go to another camera view that I have right here, which I forgot which one it is. Ah, this one right there. See if I can put that other thing up there too. There we go. Alright, so the route is right here. So we're gonna take the Shmur 2 departure today, direct Golf Uniform Papa and Eagle 6 to Phoenix on runway 8, if that is what they're using. So first of all, our cabin altitude that we're gonna fly today is gonna be at, why can I not find that? Anyways, I'll find it over here. So yeah, it's gonna be 360. So we'll go ahead and put 360 up in here. Alright. And now we can start putting in our route. So That's another thing. That's the reason I had this other camera view, because I have actually on my tablet I have the MCDU here that I can use. So alright, so let's go to it's gonna be from KDEN to KPHX. Oops, I put it in the wrong place. Isn't that funny? Alright, my flight number is Delta 721. Okay. So I said we're going to use the Shure 6 departure. Oh, the SMR 2, I'm sorry. Today. And I'll wait until we see what runway they're using so we can put that one in there. And we're gonna use the Eagle 6 going into Phoenix from GUP, and we'll wait on the runway for that as well. So for the SMR 2 today, we're gonna go direct to GUP. So we'll just put GUP there. It's always going to be the closest one, and then that's good. Alright, so now we gotta wait until our fueling is complete in order for us to be able to do the weight and balance thing. So let's see if they are. Yeah, looks like he's all gone already. We can do the overspeed test. And the stall test. And then we can do the config test. Alright, everything's good there. So we can go ahead and continue with the rest of the pages then, since that's done. So we're gonna go ahead and do the, let me see, I'll put that other camera again. I'll go ahead and do the init reference page here. The reserves I put 1.0. The cost index was 54. Put that in there. The flight altitude was 360. And the wind, let's see, 273052. And the ISA deviation was only 1. So we'll go ahead and put 1 in there. Execute. Now we go to the takeoff page. And flaps is going to be 5. Center of gravity autofilled. And then we got our V speeds here. So 144 and 4.25 of trim. So I'll go ahead and go to the throttle quadrant. 4.25, and we'll put 144 here in the speed window. Alright, oh, it's time to wake up all these radios too. Alright, so I guess I'll get on the radio. I'm not sure how the radio, the Vatsim is gonna sound, so if maybe somebody can let me know how it sounds, if it's too loud or whatever once I put it on. This is gonna be the first time I try it, so we'll see how it is. Alright, so I'll connect with Delta 721. Make sure this is good over here. Yeah, it should be okay. Oops. I have to be able to see. I'm not sure why Denver and them are not showing up yet. According to the map, we were supposed to have pretty good coverage out here, but Oh, don't tell me everybody logged off already. Well, that's not good. We had a ton of coverage here in Denver and in Phoenix. Now all we have is Albuquerque Center. So, guess we'll be doing a lot of talking on our own then. Alright, so I already did that. I got that. Let me check the weather here just to see what oh, it looks like he did fix the he actually did fix the thing where it doesn't do double characters anymore inside of Xpilot on the latest one. There's a couple of versions where it was typing double characters. So the wind is 170 at 9. So I guess we'll be taking off southbound then. So actually what I'm gonna do first is I'm going to, in my Navigraph, I'm going to go ahead and just put that route. Well, part of the fun of all this was going to be to actually be talking to ATC, you know, all the way down. But apparently that's not going to happen. Changing frequencies and everything, that was going to be one of the fun parts. So let me see, I'll pin that one. I'll pin that one. And then I'll go to Phoenix and pin the ones I need from there, which will be the Eagle 6. And I'm not sure what approach yet. Oops. And the airport map, so let's see if we're showing up where we are. Yeah, looks like we are. 16 left. Well, I guess I'll take off from 17 right, I guess, since we have no ATC. All right. Navigraph. So I'll go ahead and put that into the FMC then. That we're gonna use 17 right. So let's see. That should give us the legs already from there. All right. Let's see if we can continue on this little checklist here. Oh, the altimeter is 3008, so go ahead and put that in there. All right, so since we're going to be taking off from 17 left, we're going to go to bogey at or below 10,000, and then we can climb from there, and it wants us to accelerate to 250 or greater upon reaching 10,000. All right, so we'll put 10,000 as our initial altitude in the MCP window here. Oops. And our initial heading is going to be 173. So we'll put 173 here. And I'll just put 173 here as well. I usually like to put, if there's a VOR nearby, I usually just put it in there as well. Alright, so I'm not sure why my landing gear handle always defaults to the middle lately when I turn on the sim. It's probably something to do with one of the many apparatuses that I have connected to it. Alright, so we already did the elevator trim. We already checked the route for no discontinuities. So we can go ahead and call for pushback and start the APU. So APU goes on. I'm going to turn on all my fuel pumps now. And then we can call better pushback. since we're gonna go to 1.7, I'll just go ahead and have him push me this way.
Ground to cockpit, plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready. Ground to cockpit, plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
We are ready.
Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up.
Alright, so
Ground to
fuel
cockpit,
pumps
tow is
APU.
driving
Let's see
up.
if the APU came online. It sure did. Let's make sure it has voltage. And we'll go ahead and put it online and open the APU bleed. Okay, so APU on, APU bleed switches are on. Parking brake is set and the seatbelt lights can now come on. Alright, we can take off the ground power and get rid of the chocks now. And disengage the master caution switch. The elevator trim set, all the doors are closed, the jetway is removed. I think it gets removed as soon as I hit the... it is removed already.
All doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
Since we're not online, I
doors
guess I'll
and
put
hatches are
2200
closed,
for our
ready to connect.
code. I'll just go ahead and set it to altitude just for the habit. Right, guess the little tug is connecting already. Okay, we're ready for that, so alright, that's good. Fuel pumps are on, hydraulic pumps are all on. Beacon lights can come on. And throttle levers are idle. Parking brake release. Turn off air conditioning packs. Engine number 2 goes to ground.
Pushback, and you may start engines.
Seems like I'm getting any air here. Oh, that's just great. This is gonna fail because of that. I'm not getting any air for the rotation here. So that's not good. Yeah, that's why I always like to test the Zibo at least one time before I actually try to do something online, but this time I didn't. I just assumed that everything was working. So I think what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to wait until he parks me and then I'll connect the air start unit to get the engines going. I wonder why it's not working. I have air pressure. This is open. That's good. Air conditioning fans are off. Let me try one more time. Nope, absolutely no air. That one's working, so I'll start that one then. Okay, fuel on for engine number 1. Parking brake set.
Disconnecting tow, stand by.
Okay. Engine number 1 is running. I'm gonna wait until this guy disconnects and then I'll try to start engine number 2.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal will be on the left.
Alright,
We'll see you
he's
next
gone,
time.
so let's
Have a safe
throttle
flight.
this engine up to 30% at least. And let's go ahead and turn off the APU bleed and see if this one will start. Ah, it's going now. At 24%, we introduce the fuel. There it is. And it looks like it's starting up. Okay, put the switch to continuous here. Now let's make sure we have voltage on both of those before we take off the APU, and we do. So we'll go ahead and set them online. Isolation valve goes back to auto, and the air conditioning packs can come back on. We can do our anti-ice and probe heat. Put our flaps to 5 degrees and turn off the APU. Flight directors can come on. The yaw damper can come on. Oops, I forgot my checklist. Now I don't even know where I left off. So that's good. Parking brakes. Looks like I was doing okay without the checklist, but I always forget something. So, alright, so flaps are 5 RTO. Goes to takeoff. Lower CDU. We can go to systems and check all the controls. Alright, everything's good, so now we can go blank. Taxi lights on and runway turn off lights can come on. Transponder is on altitude on already, so we're good. Okay, that's autopilot disengage bar is up. The panel is set. Heading. Alright. Everything's good up until now, so let me go ahead and make a call on Unicom so that we can taxi over to our runway. I forgot about these. Okay. Denver traffic, Delta 721 will be taxiing to runway 17 right for departure to the south. Alright, let's get out of here. Looks like there's one other aircraft out here. I haven't heard anybody on Unicom the entire time though. I didn't have as much problem with a Honeycomb Bravo now with when you put the flaps in a certain position and then they keep like blinking because they're trying to be between two different positions. But right now I just noticed it. And I guess, you know, it all depends on where we put the handle, of course, so that's gonna have everything to do with it. Let's see if it's gonna let me. Yep, it let me engage VNAV and LNAV, so that's good. That's a nice looking livery there. I always prefer this one a lot more than the new one. I don't really like the new livery of Delta. I'm glad somebody made this one for the Zibo. How do I like the new throttles? Oh, I love it. It's so far it's really good. I mean, not only does it look more realistic, you know, and like the 737 one, even though the controls are a little bit small, but it's a lot better than the one I had, you know, the Saitek one, and it's actually more precise. So, you know, you don't see as much of the jittering that I used to see with the Saitek one. So I really like it so far. Alright, let's see. Let's go ahead and stop momentarily. I haven't heard any radio calls at all here, so I'm not sure if we're the only ones, but let me make my radio call. Denver traffic, Delta 721 will be taking runway 17 right for departure to the south. Denver. Alright, if nobody else complains, then I'm going. I'm gonna be crossing my fingers, hoping everything works on the Zibo. Like I said, it's the first time I'm gonna fly this latest version, which is 344.24. We're gonna have to update yours again, David, again. Every time you fly, you know, it's a whole different version already. Okay, Denver traffic, Delta 721, we're taking off, runway 17 right. Alright, so auto throttle armed. That's good. And toga, well, I guess I didn't budge that button for toga, so we'll do it that way. Alright, airspeed's alive. Veering off center line here.
80 knots.
It's too bad there's no ATC, so you could tell me how the volume sounds for the ATC. Alright, V1.
V1, rotate.
Gear up.
Positive rate.
Okay. Oops, I didn't turn on my landing lights.
400.
Okay. Autopilot on.
1000.
Start taking out some flaps. The moment of truth, huh? Taxi lights off, and we can put the gear handle to off, and the auto brakes can go back to off. The volume is okay. No, yeah, but I was hoping there was some ATC. There was before I started, you know, doing all my planning and everything. I wanted to see, you know, how the volume of ATC was compared to everything else. So we'll hopefully get some once we enter Albuquerque airspace. So all right, flaps can go to 0. So far, so good. I think I have a restriction or something that is telling it to respect a different speed below 10,000. See, it wasn't accelerating to 250, but now it is. I wonder if we should give ourselves some shortcuts since
1000 to go.
Since we don't have ATC. I guess we can just go direct to solar. Denver traffic, Delta 721 is departing the airspace to the south. Denver. I'll give myself a climb to max flight level change. We're going to flight level 360, so I'll go ahead and put that in there. And then we'll go to the FMC. Oops, that's not it. And we'll go direct solar. Might as well give ourselves a shortcut if we don't have anybody telling us what to do, right? So I need to get rid of that other little logo that's right there on my video on the corner. No, not on the corner, but a little bit above and to the left. Let me see what's going on with my speed here. It's doing that. CP speed. It's respecting the speed that's in the window here, not the one in the flight plan. So it's supposed to be 297 already, but oh, it's because VNAV for some reason VNAV went offline. There we go. Now I should be respecting that one. I'm not sure if you saw this one earlier, that I have, basically I have this little tablet there. Let me get rid of this logo. I have this little tablet here where, you know, I can be doing basically everything that I could be doing on the CDU, on the MCDU. I can be doing it on the tablet over here, so that also makes it a little bit easier when, you know, when you want to be doing something. I don't even have to take my eyes off of the instruments or anything, and I can just be, you know, changing stuff over here. And that is the free one. It's called Explain CDU. It's by this developer called Pikarsky, and it works on Android tablets. So even, I think even older tablets. This is like a 3-year-old 8-inch Samsung tablet, and it works great on that one. It's actually like a perfect size because of the, you know, just because of the size of it. It's easy to hit all the keys and everything, all the numbers. The letters are very nicely visible, so I really like it. Alright. So we can go ahead and put that back. Up, time to change to standard atmosphere. We've got 18,000 feet. Zoom out a little bit on the map range there. Let me see who's coming on here. So and we got a long way to go before we get into Albuquerque airspace. Hopefully by the time that happens we won't be they won't be offline. Being my luck, they probably will. Okay, so we'll come and visit that again later. And this is, I think this is just the Fork Boy ortho out here that I have. That's pretty nice. Somebody had mentioned on one of my videos that I had, when I went to the Grand Canyon, it didn't actually have the scenery installed the correct way. What had happened was that the order of the scenery of the scenery.ini file, the Arizona ortho was above the Grand Canyon high definition ortho. So what I was looking at was just the regular one, and although it was still nice, it looked okay, it's nothing like the way it actually is supposed to look. And I didn't find that out until somebody posted a comment, or until I noticed that somebody posted a comment on that video. They posted it a long time ago, but I just never saw it. But now I flew over it and it looks way better. I couldn't even believe that I didn't even know that that wasn't the way it was supposed to look. But it looks amazing now. I don't know, maybe we might even get to see a part of it. If I'm not even sure. Let's see where the Grand Canyon. So Here's Las Vegas. Now the part that looks really nice is the part right here. So I don't think we're gonna fly anywhere near it, since we're kind of coming this way. Who knows, maybe this part right here will still look nice with the ortho. It's not the same as the deepest part, which is over here. But we'll see how it looks when we get there. Oh, somebody, you know what, Karsten, somebody told me that one time. I think it was one of my family members. They came into my little living room here, and they said, "What the hell? That looks like the space shuttle." I know it's not really a real, 737 panel, but I tried to build the panels, so they can fit here in my setup, and this is what I came up with, and it's pretty useful, Still, I do love it when I can just change all my knobs and everything by actually touching instead of just using the mouse and using the mouse for everything. Sometimes I still switch views, like whenever I need to do something, I'll still switch the views. Speaking of which, right now I already need to change my engine start switches and turn off my other lights. I never did that. But yeah, it's a lot. That's the thing you guys can't see right now, is that I also have an overhead panel with just basically with the bottom part of the airplane right here, like from this line down. All these switches, I also have them up there, but you guys can't see those. Maybe let me switch the camera real quick just so you guys can take a quick look at them. Alright, hopefully you guys were able to see that. I was afraid of moving all the damn tripods I have out here. got I got the camera, this one over here that you guys can't see right now, but I got that camera is just to my left, which is the one I bumped when I moved the chair right now. And then I have the other camera that's obviously the one that's capturing the shot right there. That's behind me to my right, and then I have the webcam in front of me here. So I'm using 3 webcams for this little thing here. Alright, so we're, oh shoot, I forgot something. I forgot to do. I forgot to put this on TCAS. Gotta get the frequency ready for Albuquerque, I guess. So once we get into their airspace, if they do get there, it'll be 12785. So I might as well do that. So I'll show you here, 12785. So basically what I do is, I just have to go to my panel here and put the frequency, and it's a lot easier than clicking with the mouse. And the only thing is that sometimes they're a little bit behind, so I'll stop moving the knob and then the number will change one more time, and then I'll be like, oh damn it, it switched. So I gotta be careful that I don't switch the, flip it over before I actually make sure that it's on the right one. But yeah, so I'll contact him before we're entering his airspace if he doesn't contact me first, and see how it goes. What's up, David? I took your advice and I decided to do a stream, mostly because of the showing the controls and all that. So I was just basically doing one of those, to show how I'm using my controls while I'm doing a flight. But things are going wrong here with my flight plan. It added a whole bunch of extra waypoints after the arrival into ILS 8. So whatever, we'll still make it work, right? I'm hoping. Are you working right now, or are you off duty, or what's the plan there? Oh, it looks good. That's great. Yeah, you know, I was just I wasn't even gonna fly today. I was gonna go help somebody with their computer, and then I got lazy, and then I got the idea to do this, so I just ended up staying home and, and flying instead. We were actually supposed to be flying helicopters with you know, with the rotor heads, and I totally forgot about that too. Let's see. See that the volume gets way too loud when I'm outside, I guess. It's a whole different. I was watching the stream with Parth the other day, and yeah, his X camera that he just got, it's really good. I mean, it makes all the transitions and everything. The, you know, the, I guess he called them orbits when you look around the airplane like this. I mean, they were really, really smooth, incredibly smooth, and I think that that's gonna inspire me to buy it. It's kind of cool because he's been getting a lot of, as you can say, sponsors. You know, he's been getting a lot of people to donate products to him, and then I guess he just talks about them and promotes them in a way, which is pretty good. But I guess if you guys don't know who he is, it's Aviator on YouTube, and he streams a lot of flights. He flies the 737, sometimes the Airbus airplanes, sometimes the Max, the 737 Max, and he doesn't do general aviation. He just does airliners, and mostly they're about 1 hour and a half or so, the flights. So yeah, if you guys haven't checked him out, look him up if you're interested in watching people fly. It's just here on a cruise. We're on our way to Phoenix, Arizona, and we had no ATC when I departed in Denver, but it looks like we might be coming up into Albuquerque's airspace. Oh yeah, pretty soon. So I'll be needing to contact him. Let me see how refreshed this is. Oh god, again. I hate it when it does that. So let me look at the other uglier one. Yeah, lately it's been doing that to me. When I refresh Vatastic 2, it doesn't refresh for me. I don't think it's a problem with my internet, but well, now this one doesn't even want to work, so who knows. But then if it was a problem with my internet, you guys wouldn't be able to see me. There it goes. Alright, let's see where we're at. Yeah, so yeah, we're still, I guess, but at the angle that we're going, it's going to be a while before we actually enter the airspace. Let me see who else is online besides him. Albuquerque Center and Albuquerque Ground. And he only has 8 is over there. So nothing in Phoenix. What a shame. Let's check if the weather has changed since I checked it. Let's see. 140010 at 5 knots. Few clouds. Altimeter 3018. Alright, well, not too much has changed since the last time. So let me look at the chart real quick here. Let's look at the approach Eagle 6. So 330. So it looks like the lowest altitude is 7,000 that we'll be able to descend to. Let me see where my top of descent is. Oh, it's way after GUP, so I don't even have to worry yet about telling him, asking him or whatever, because I'm gonna be well in his airspace by the time he starts telling me to descend. Alright, I'm gonna monitor the frequency now. If you guys can do me a favor, whenever you guys hear ATC, if you can please let me know if it's way too loud or if it's okay. That way I know, to adjust the volume and it doesn't have to annoy everybody, or you guys can hear it. Oh, there he goes. He just sent me the message to contact them, so let's do it. Albuquerque Center, Delta 721.
Delta 721, Albuquerque Center.
Good evening, sir. I am about 70 miles northeast of the Gallup VR, about to enter your airspace.
Delta 721, Albuquerque Center, radar contact. Don't have a flight plan for you, though. Go ahead and refile that. Are you headed into Phoenix?
Affirmative, sir.
Roger. November 857, Delta Uniform, go ahead.
857 Delta Uniform, we have the field inside. We'd like to cancel our IRFR.
November 857 Delta Uniform, Squawk VFR, frequency change approved.
Squawk VFR, frequency change approved. 7 Delta Uniform, thanks for the help.
Absolutely. Delta 721, Squawk 0731.
0731 for Delta 721. 0731. Let's see if that goes in the box. Yep, it did. That's why I put myself that little keypad
Delta
there.
721, radar contact, 49er miles northeast Gallup.
And the weather here is SkyMax Pro. So if it's, I think it should look a little bit better than default. Ah, look, it just changed.
Center, Dallas 523, or Delta 523. Are they using runway 7 left or runway 8 for departures today?
Delta 523, runway 7 left is on the ATIS, but runway 8 is available.
Perfect. If possible, we take runway 8.
Delta 523, expect runway 8 for departure.
He put up an ATIS for Phoenix. So let's listen to that. 127.57. Let's see.
Rogue. Temperature 15. Dew point -11. Altimeter 3018. Simultaneous approach is in use. Arrivals from north, expect visual approach runway 8. Arrivals from south, expect visual approach runway 7 right. Departing runway 7 left. North is to airmen. Bird activity in vicinity of airport. Read my code short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information echo.
United 2707, descend via the Eagle 6 arrival, runway 8 transition, the Phoenix altimeter 3018.
3018, descend Eagle 6, 8 transition, United 2707.
I might as well set the
Albuquerque Center,
altimeter setting now.
Phoenix, ready IFR, decline range pace and Papa Alpha November.
3018. Alright, so when we get into Phoenix, usually I believe I go somewhere right here for the gate, so yeah, I'll go to like Alpha 24 or something when he asks. That'll work. Alright, the frequency for the ILS is 111.75.
Albuquerque Center, TVM 322 Alpha, Mike at Cutter.
Okay,
with
that's
Echo
set.
Text to the active.
November 322 Alpha Mike, runway 7 right for departure, taxi via hotel.
7 right hotel, 322 Alpha Mike.
Set the landing altitude now, 1150. Alright. Oops, one of my switches didn't turn all the way off. One of the retractable landing lights. But it's off now. And this is the part where hopefully you guys will get to see that I, get to use some of the buttons and everything. That's what I could have been doing right now. I could have explained everything that I have, here. So we still have some time. I guess I'll start doing that now. So I have a parking brake assigned over here with a little light.
November wind 010 at 5, turn left heading 050, runway 7 right, cleared for takeoff.
050, clear for takeoff, 7 right, 322 Alpha Mike.
Alright, so this would have been great to do when nobody was online, huh? No ATC. So anyways, over here I have a DME counter for the whatever VOR or whatever I have on Nav 1 radio.
Albuquerque Center, Delta 523, ready to taxi to runway 8.
Delta 523, runway 8, taxi via Charlie.
This is gonna take forever, huh? Like this. Alright, over here I have
Runway 8, taxi via Charlie, 523.
I have these three little lights, which is the autopilot reset warning, the FMC, and the auto throttle reset warning, which are basically these lights right here, and they do illuminate when they illuminate in the airplane, and they also have a push button, so if I have one of the warnings I can clear the warning by pressing the switch, and so that's kind of handy instead of having to grab the mouse and coming up here. And then over here on this side, which hopefully you'll be able to see pretty good, I have the master caution switch, and I have pretty much everything on the EFIS. The only thing that I do not have working here is I have over here on this other panel, which you can see from this angle. Let me see, I think you can see it from the other camera. Just a sec. If I put this camera there, yeah, so up here, this one right here is what switches my navigation display from center.
November 322 Alpha Mike, say altitude.
Okay, there we go. And
322 Alpha Mike, 3.4.
November 322 Alpha Mike, radar contact, climb and maintain 1000.
1000, 322 Alpha Mike.
all right, and this one right here, I think I have the traffic. Yeah, I have the traffic rings set on that. The EFIS, like I said,
2252, fly present heading, descend and maintain 3000.
Heading 3000.
I really should have done this before I was online with ATC, when I didn't even think about it until now. But anyways, like I was telling you, almost everything on the EFIS panel
November
works.
322 Alpha Mike, clear
I
direct
can
Payson Airport.
turn on the terrain radar.
Direct Payson, 322 Alpha Mike.
The data fields, maybe I should zoom in a little bit here. So I can turn on the data fields or turn them off. The airports, the waypoints. Obviously, right now I'm zoomed out too much, so you don't see any waypoints. The stations, which are the VORs,
United 2252,
and the weather.
turn left heading 170, vector final.
All of those work. And then I can also switch
170, vector
between VOR to ADF if I had any frequencies in there on both sides. They both do that, so that's pretty good. Up here, you know, in the center, I'll go back to the other camera now. In the center here, I just have like a wannabe MCP panel, you know, so I have pretty much everything that's up there in the MCP. I have down here, I have the courses, the altitude, the speed, the heading, speed hold, level change. I have altitude intervention and speed intervention, and
United 2252, Sky Harbor Airport, 10 o'clock, 9 miles.
We got the field United 2252.
United 2252, cleared visual approach, runway 8.
Visual runway, United 2252.
Delta 523, 1010 at 5, runway 8, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 8, clear for takeoff, Delta 523.
And I just noticed that this little light's not on. It's supposed to be on with when the autopilot's
Delta
on.
721, descend via the Eagle 6 arrival, runway 8, transition to Phoenix altimeter 3018.
Okay, I'll descend via the Eagle 6, runway 8 transition, Delta 721. And I have the weather at Phoenix.
Thank you.
Okay, so
Southwest 989, information Alpha current at Albuquerque, expect visual approach, runway 3.
Go ahead for
that's good.
989.
Southwest 989, information Alpha current at Albuquerque, expect visual approach, runway 3.
Roger, Viz 3, Albuquerque, 988.
Alright, so he just confirmed we are to expect visual runway 8. So I went ahead and dropped my altitude and my autopilot to 7,000, which is the lowest altitude on that arrival, and it'll maintain all the restrictions, of course, along the way. Okay, So I'm gonna delete all these waypoints because it has a whole bunch of extra ones, and so in order to do that, I'll go back to the other camera so that you can see. So basically I'm just gonna be hitting delete and then the waypoint, execute, and again we go back to the previous page, delete that one too. I'm not sure why it has this line right there too. It's like just an empty line. Alright, so that should be good. Now we shouldn't have, I think if we go back to the navigation display, yeah, we got rid of those extra lines that we had coming back to Tinnitz, which was after the airport. It was coming back over here. So now we're good. So now go ahead and get rid of this camera again. Let's see, we're coming up on the top of descent here. Hopefully the airplane will behave and it'll follow all the waypoints and restrictions and it'll start descending on its own. See if I need anything on my checklist here. Alright, so you know, I never did tell the passengers they can walk around, so that's fine. So I already have the weather. I mean, we're not going to need any minimums, but if we did, I do have a switch here for minimums, so I can actually show that right now. If we look here, let's just say I wanted to put minimums at 200 feet. I can actually just raise them like this pretty quick.
United 2252, turn right when able. Do you know what your gate number is? Heavy Echo 5, United 2252. United 2252, roger, taxi via Bravo, Tango, Delta to the ramp. Bravo, Tango, Delta.
Alright, so we got our minimums, we got our landing elevation here already. So
322 Alpha Mike, have pace and weather and requesting the visual 24.
November 2 Alpha Mike, roger. The lowest altitude I'll be able to get you between where you are and the Payson Airport is 10,000 and the Payson Airport 12 o'clock, 25 miles. Advise when you have the field in sight.
Lower report field in sight, 322 Alpha Mike.
November 2 Alpha Mike, descend at pilot's discretion, maintain 10,000.
PD 10,000, 322 Alpha Mike.
you love the VNAV? Yeah, let's hope it works. We'll find out shortly here. We're coming up on top of descent right now. So I sure hope it works. I mean, I haven't had a problem with VNAV in a very long time. I read a lot on the Zibo forums that a lot of people are saying that VNAV's not working or it doesn't respect the restrictions or anything, and I've never, it's been a very long time since I had a problem with VNAV. So I just hope today is doesn't jinx me and gives me a lot of problems now. Alright, let's see where we're at here. Top of descent. Yep, there it is. So we'll find out in 2 miles if it's going to start descending. Hopefully it doesn't overspeed, and it's going to probably tell us that we need to put some drag. Well, the little vertical profile thing already came up, so that means that it should start descending. Let's see here. Oh yeah, of course my button doesn't work now. 300 or below. Yeah, so it didn't, you see, it didn't work. So I'm gonna have to start descending. I'm gonna put flight level change and see if it works. Hopefully if it doesn't start descending at 10,000 feet a minute. Of course it jinxed myself. So right
November
there.
322 Alpha Mike, Payson Airport, 12 o'clock, 16 miles.
322 Alpha Mike, looking.
Oh, once it gets back on profile, I'm going to go ahead and put VNAV back on and see if that continues doing what it's supposed to do. Sometimes the very first one where it's supposed to start it is where the problem lies, and If I wouldn't have said anything, it probably would have been great.
322 Alpha Mike, field in sight.
November 322 Alpha Mike, cleared visual approach, Payson Airport, no traffic observed between you and Payson Airport, radar service terminated, change advisor frequency approved, cancel IFR on the ground or in the air this frequency.
322 Alpha Mike, clear for the visual to Fort Prescott, and I will cancel I will cancel IFR with you at this time.
November 2 Alpha Mike, roger, squawk VFR.
Squawk and VFR 2 Alpha Mike.
Alright, I engage VNAV again because the profile was already getting a little bit out of hand. So let's see if it starts picking it up again. Right now it shows that I'm 700 feet too high, but you see it's descending at 4,500 feet a minute now, and it's bringing it back in. Let's just see if it doesn't keep on. Wow, it's descending at 5,000 feet a minute right now. It's definitely gonna need some speed brakes here. So there it is, my throttle quadrant doing what it's supposed to do. Alright, it's right on profile now, so I'm gonna go ahead and put away the speed brakes now. Let's see what else we have to worry about here on this approach, on this star. So between 30,000, so there it should start descending again here. We need to be above flight level 180 here at Eagle, and then at Homer below 17,000. So let's see how it respects that. It did resume the descent here. So far so good, other than that rough start. That's why you always got to keep an eye on it, on your autopilot, because you know the famous saying that everybody always says, what is it doing now? And that seems to be very true, that the autopilots just sometimes do whatever the heck they want instead of what they should be doing. So we just got to be ready to catch them. So oh yeah, continuing. So I have my minimums and my barometric adjustment knob here, and then if I push the button it'll set it back to standard, and this one right here it'll reset it to 0.
Southwest 989, radar contact lost.
Auto brake disarm light, when you have either on toga or the auto brakes, the rejected takeoff, it'll tell you when the auto brakes, like if you step on the brakes or something, it'll tell you they've been disarmed. And I have a bunch of my switches here on the Saitek. I have them for the fuel pumps and the window heat and the pitot heat and all that stuff. I have a lot of that mapped to things, and I still haven't mapped a lot of these over here on the Honeycomb because I just haven't thought about which ones to include. So I have my transponder when it's identing or just sending out the flash. The window wipers are right here, so I can turn them to the different speeds here. On my fuel flow and reset switch here. Alright, so it looks like that one's not working right now, so I have to make sure that I check that out. It works for reset, but it doesn't work for the used, so I'll have to look into that. The fire warning one does work.
Sorry about that. We're back on voice.
When I do my fire tests at the beginning, which I didn't do this time, it lights up when you're doing the fire tests. What else? If they ask me to ident, I have this button here to make the aircraft ident. And like I said, I have all the overhead lights up there. Over here on the bottom, you can't really see them from these angles. I have some rotary encoders and a couple of buttons, and those I use for the GPS, like the GPS GNS 530, the 430, all the GA aircraft, so that I can put in the waypoints, or in the flight plan and all that. It makes it a lot easier than trying to find that sweet spot with a mouse again. So yeah, and this one over here on the other side that you can't see, but it's on this side of the panels. That was basically something I did for the Challenger 300 that I ended up not really using because I don't fly the Challenger 300. I didn't really like that plane. So, all right, we reached our standard here at 18,000 feet. So we're gonna go ahead and push the button to go to the local barometric reading, and that's it. Oh, autopilot disconnect for some reason. So I got a chance to do that, and I'll just engage it again. What did I touch? I touched something.
United 2215, radar contact lost.
I'll zoom in on the map a little bit here. So let's see where we're at. Okay, so we just passed Homer. So I guess once we get to Heine or Obase, he's gonna probably give us radar vectors from there. And that's gonna be when it gets fun, because we'll have to do some, not completely manual flying, but we'll have, you know, be maneuvering the heading and the descent and all that. Yeah, so right now I'm gonna have to be ready because it's not expecting, after was up, it's not expecting another waypoint here. So I'm gonna have to be ready to go to heading mode after that. And I'm pretty sure by then the controller's gonna have told me to do that anyway, so. The VNAV is on now, but for a while there it had got disconnected for some reason. But it's working now so far. It's been holding all the restrictions and everything as well. Oh yeah, we gotta look at the
United 2707, descend and maintain 3000.
3000, United 2707. We got to go and say when it helps.
United 2707, cleared visual approach, runway 8.
Clear visual 8, United 2707.
So climb to 3000 and climbing left turn to 5000 via heading of 280 and outbound on the PXR VOR radio 336. So we'll go ahead and put that VOR in there, and we'll put that radio so that we can track that radio if we had to. So 115.6 and 336 radio. So we'll do since my little keyboard doesn't want to work, so it is 115.6.
Delta 523. Thanks for the help today.
So 115.6, and then we'll go to the 336
November
radio.
0 Delta Whiskey, roger, make left traffic. Make left traffic.
Oops. Alright, so we'll be ready to track that radio if we had to go missed.
Albuquerque Center, good evening to you. It's Southwest 447, Phoenix, gate Delta 1, Echo on board, looking for IFR to Santa Ana, please.
Southwest 447, Albuquerque Center, clear to John Wayne Airport. Keens 2 departure, harbor transition, then is filed, maintain 8000. Expect flight level 320, 3 minutes after departure. Squawk 0771.
Next match, Southwest 447 is cleared to John Wayne via the Keens 2. Harbor transition, then is filed. Initial climb is 8000. We expect 320, 3 minutes after departure. On squawk we have 0771, Southwest 447.
Southwest 447, read that correct.
Those clouds look pretty nice. Pretty puffy. Almost like cotton candy. Alrighty then. Oh, we're at 11. Oh shoot, we're gonna start slowing down now. It did tell me drag required, but I wasn't watching. So let's go ahead and put some little bit of spoilers here to bring it down to 250. And we're gonna need our handy little checklist for descending through 10,000. I'll zoom in one more time on this map here. It doesn't want to slow down. Alright, so 10,000 feet, we'll put the auto brakes to 2. We'll turn on our fixed landing lights.
United 2707, wind 010 at 5, runway 8, clear to land.
Clear to land 8, United 2707.
And our runway turn-off lights, the engine start switches can come to continuous. And seatbelt signs verify that they're on. And they are, because I never did turn them off. And I haven't made any cabin
Delta
announcements.
3620 Albuquerque.
Okay, I already selected my VREF speed, VREF, and it looks like our arrival route is good. You know, it's missing Heine and it's missing Obeys from the waypoints. That's kind of interesting. So we're just gonna have to, let's go. We're already at the speed. We're just gonna have to put those in. Well, not put them in. I'm gonna imagine them manually, because this thing wants to take me directly from where I was at to Jamil, which is actually I think that's already a waypoint on the ILS. So approximately right here, if I look at Heine, I'll just go ahead and put Heine in the FMC in the FMC here. I'll put that as a fix. HINEY. So it shows up right there on our nav display, and right there we're supposed to go heading well, 258. So we'll just go ahead and go to heading mode now and go for that. Oops. There we go. Not sure why I didn't want to stay. Now we gotta keep an ear out for ATC. He might be calling pretty soon here. Alright, let's see.
November 510 Delta Whiskey, runway 12, cleared for the option.
258. Oops. And we're already at our minimum altitude, 7,000. That's the last one on the...
Delta 721, descend and maintain 3,000.
Okay, descend and maintain 3,000, Delta 721. Alright, so he gave us 3,000 now. I'll do this on vertical speed mode. Let's just do about 800 feet a minute, or I'll do a little bit more, 1,200. So our airport should be somewhere over there. Yeah, I can't even see it through the clouds. I can't see it.
United 2215, leaving my airspace, frequency change approved. See ya.
Yeah, this thing doesn't want to slow down.
2707, turn right when able, say gate.
It's very hard to descend this aircraft and slow it down.
8, and we're going to Echo 1.
United 2707, roger, taxi via Bravo, Tango, Delta to the ramp.
Echo 1, Terminal 3 north side, actually.
2707, roger, taxi via Charlie 8, Charlie to the ramp.
Charlie, United 2707, thanks.
Go ahead and put some flaps and expedite my descent. I'll just stay at that speed.
Delta 721, turn left heading 120, vector final.
Left heading 120, Delta 721. Okay, 120.
Southwest 6500, Albuquerque Center, radar contact, squawk 0730.
Well, that was a big turn. So basically I'm not even doing a base, I went straight to intercept the final.
Delta 721, turn left heading 100, Sky Harbor Airport, 9 o'clock, 13 miles.
Okay, left turn heading 100 Delta 721.
Delta 721, advise when you have Sky Harbor Airport in sight.
Wilco Delta 721.
Southwest 6500, radar contact.
It should be way, yeah, there it is.
American 43, leaving my airspace, frequency change approved. Good day.
Albuquerque Center Delta 721 has the airport in sight.
November 510 Delta Whiskey, runway 12, clear to land. Delta 721, wind, cleared visual approach, runway 8, 1010 at 5, runway 8, clear to land.
Okay, clear visual runway 8 and clear to land Delta 721. Alright, so it's all ours. 14 miles away still. Oops, I forgot to put the 078 course for the approach. There we go. So we'll just stay at 3000 until we have the glide slope alive. Heading 078.
Albuquerque Center, TBM 322 Alpha Mike at Payson, ready IFR clearance Chandler, Charlie Hotel Delta.
November 322 Alpha Mike, Albuquerque Center, cleared at Chandler Airport as filed, maintain 10,000, squawk 0745, hold for release.
322 Alpha Mike, cleared to Chandler as filed, maintain 10,000, 0745, and hold for release.
November 322 Alpha Mike, read back correct, advise number 1 holding short, and ready for departure.
Full advise when holding short.
Alright, we should be picking up the glide slope.
447, we are to Delta 1, we are ready for pushback.
November 510 Delta Whiskey, turn right when able, and taxi via Golf Kilo to the ramp. Attention all aircraft information, Foxtrot, current at Phoenix Sky Harbor, wind 330 at 3, altimeter 3018. Southwest 447, was that you calling for push?
That's correct, sir.
Okay, flaps 5.
Southwest 447, pushback at your discretion, advise ready to taxi.
Okay, we'll push at our discretion and we call you for taxi, Southwest 447, take care.
So might as well go to flaps 10 and I'll go ahead and lower the gear. Alright, so that's good. We have VREF selected, 144.
Delta 721, wind is now 330 at 3.
Delta 721, copy, thank you. Go ahead and turn off autopilot and auto throttle. Let's see how bad our landing will be. I already let the airplane get away from me a little bit. So, flaps 30. Oh, I still had my auto brakes, so just have them armed. That's what happens when you let go of the checklist there. Altitude 3000, that'll be the missed approach altitude, so that's good. Still just a little bit high, but that's okay. We'll be fine. There's minimums if we needed them. All right, reverse.
Albuquerque Center 322 Alpha Mike, holding short 24, ready for departure.
November 322 Alpha Mike, release for departure, clearance void if not off in 10 minutes. Advise airborne, frequency change approved.
322 Alpha Mike, contact you on the go.
Delta 721, turn right when able, and say gate.
Going to Alpha 24, Delta 721.
Delta 721, turn right, taxi via Bravo, Charlie 9er to the ramp.
Okay, Bravo Charlie 9er to the ramp, Delta 721. All right, let's see. So, flaps up, landing lights off, going engine auto, position lights go back to steady. So Bravo Charlie 9er. I almost passed it. One more thing, we gotta put the radio to not TARA. Well, we made it, and it wasn't a bad landing. It was better than I thought it was gonna be. I haven't really flown the Zibo too much in quite a few months, actually. I'm not sure why he told me to go to that Charlie 9er if actually I was going to be closer to Sierra. That's where it would have been
Potential
better.
aircraft information, Gulf current at Phoenix Sky Harbor, west flow, runways 25 and 26 in use.
KBM 322 Alpha Mike 7.5, climbing 10 out of Payson.
November 322 Alpha Mike, Albuquerque Center ident, the Payson altimeter 3027.
Let's see which one is, I think, is that 124? Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, I'm not sure why he told me to go all the way to Charlie
November 322 Alpha Mike, ident one more time for me.
instead of Sierra.
Yeah, one more time. 322 Alpha Mike.
Let's see if this marshaller is working. Oh. Turn off the lights so I don't blind them.
447, ready for taxi to 7 left, Foxtrot.
November 322 Alpha Mike, radar contact 52 miles northeast Phoenix, climb and maintain 10,000.
Okay.
10,000, 322 Alpha Mike.
Parking brake on.
Southwest 447, roger, runway 25 right for departure. Taxi via Delta 10, Echo.
Okay, we check that 25 right, Delta 10 and Echo for Southwest 447 taxi.
Ground power is on.
Delta 1600, pushing with information, Golf, ready to go 25 right.
Delta 1600, Albuquerque Center, runway 25 right, taxi via Charlie, Sierra, Echo.
Charlie, Sierra, Echo, 25 right, Delta 1600.
All right. The jetway's coming. Well, there it is. I guess that's it for this one. All right, Dave, you have a good one. I'm gonna cut this off already. Since I don't see any other questions there, I'm gonna assume that nobody has questions. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And like I said, overall it wasn't so much for the flight. It was just more of so that you guys can see how I use my buttons and switches and everything in the process of doing a flight. So thank you guys very much for watching, those that joined live, and for anybody who watches it later after I cut it up and post it, edit it. So thank you guys very much. Have a good night and see you next time.